Hi, this is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. With me, I have a wonderful guest. Hey, Steve, how are you?
Hey, good, good. How are you today?
Good. Thanks so much for being here. This is
Yeah,
Steve
yeah.
Young from the Steve Young 74 channel. And by the way, just to make life easier, it's Steve, a space, Young 74. And that's how you could get to his channel easily. Steve Young 74 channel has wonderful stuff at random. Guess what we're going to do today, Steve? We're going to share a screen and we're
hmm
going to head over to some wonderful viewer comments. Recently, I did a video called Bare Bones Recipe Ideas. Do you remember that, Steve? The Bare Bones Recipe video recently?
What, a day or two back? Yes, of course.
Yes. Okay. And you, today is Tuesday, and you have a thing called Recipe
Recipe
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Would you like to mention what's on the billing for today's Recipe Tuesday?
Well, today, the recipe that I have up is it's called Spanish rice sausage kielbasa. Um, again, I had to go back and make a slight adjustment in my description of how to make it because I've done a little bit of experimenting. I opted to try Mexican rice in place of Spanish. If I can say this, one, the Mexican rice is a lower salt content than the Spanish rice by at least by half.
Oh,
That's one.
good.
And I also tried like a turkey sausage from Butterball rather than using the beef or the just the regular kielbasa. But again, you can use whatever variation you want. I found the turkey one to be a little softer in texture. So,
Nice.
but
Nice.
they all three work. They all complement each other. So it doesn't matter. But I have that in my description box. I went back and modified that earlier this morning when the video went up. So it's there. Who, if anybody wants to, go over. And again, like you just mentioned, just as you see my name written here, is how you want to locate me on YouTube.
That's
Exactly.
excellent. And speaking of description box, Steve, I'm going to insert your Recipe Tuesday video included in my description box and in my comment section below. So
Okay.
if you want to head on over quickly to Steve's channel, please do so. Steve, generally speaking, you have a Recipe Tuesday on Tuesdays, more or less, every week,
I
correct?
do once a week. Once a
Oh,
week, I
nice.
usually put. I
We could
usually
all use it. We could all use it, and they're affordable. So,
um,
yeah,
a lot of them, or I should say, most of them are my personal recipes that I just wanted to go ahead and share with everybody else. Now, I mean, coming back to today's recipe that I have up,
right.
one of my subscribers makes the recipe not using the she her way is a little bit more all natural, not really having to rely so much on uh, the box of rice. And I'm all for going the all natural method,
Right.
homemade, because that way you can control your sodium count better if you're trying to watch your sodium or whatever you're trying to do.
Right.
And I did respond back to her, and I told her that I'm sure your version more or less probably tastes a lot better. Not that there's anything wrong with boxed rice aroni. It's been around for years and we all know it and love
Viewers'
it.
comments, as you're even stating here effectively, viewers' comments are absolutely priceless. How very thoughtful of your viewers to leave
Yeah,
that comment.
I
But
think
I
so.
want to just throw something in. While you
Okay.
still have that option, of course, doing it natural, but there are people, for example, that come home from work and they are physically exhausted, or they have to get to their kid's soccer game in an hour, and they also have the option doing the recipe, the one that you're mentioning. So you know what I say? I vote for both sides. I think both sides, both options are great. Steve, you know what? We're going to head on over to the viewers' comments here, and I
Okay.
hope I'm saying this name properly. The first name is Ren, and the second name is C. Hello, Ren C. Thank you for your comment. I'm going to read it out loud. I make poverty poutine. I hope I'm saying this properly. I'm not familiar with that word, so forgive me if I'm not. Is it poutine or poutine? But I don't know. But here's what she does. I air fry fries or tater tots. Make brown gravy from the packet with 1 cup of cold water and boil. And adds cheese curds. Now, if you can't find cheese curds, pretty much any cheese will do.
Oh wow.
Wow, right? And she eats it all year round. Anything with cheese on it, I'm in. How about you, Steve?
Agree with that. Now that could also be poutine as well.
Aha. Yes, yes. So I think you're on the. I think you're correct on that one, Steve. It sounds probably poutine to me.
You know what? That's too easy. I would be willing to try that one just to see what it's like.
Right? I'm loving that idea. So thank you so much, Ren. I appreciate you.
Yeah, yeah.
The next comment is from Warm Coffee Mug. By the way, I happen to have a a warm coffee mug with me right now. Let me drag a sip. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I love my first cup of coffee, but there's something to be said about your second one too. Love that name. Isn't that name something, Steve?
Warm coffee. Yeah, it's
seriously. So, okay. So, Warm Coffee Mug said that these are great, and Warm Coffee Mug has a few. 1 cup of orange lentils. I never saw orange lentils. How about you, Steve?
Yes, I have. A friend of mine, when he was working as a security guard at a well-known college, I'll just say that.
Okay.
And the students were going home, for spring break for the off months.
Right.
And they threw away some stuff, and my friend comes in with this bag of orange. I didn't know if it was a type of pea or whatever, and I looked at it.
Yeah.
They are orange lentils.
Yeah.
They're not bad. I've tried them. But so far from what I'm reading, I know you're going to continue on, but from what I'm seeing, because I'm looking at the screen as well, I do like what I'm seeing because I do see turmeric powder, which is a good anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
So,
I'm wondering something, Steve. Did you have an opportunity? You tasted these orange lentils? Do they taste just like regular lentils?
They're similar, I thought.
Similar. Okay. Well, thank you. By the way, Warm Coffee Mug. Let me share this recipe. 1 cup of orange lentils. Cook your lentils separate. 1 red onion. Caramelize your onions separately as well. A half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, which is very healthy. And I don't know why they put these lines across things. Sometimes, but I'm going to read it anyway. 1 to 1/2 bouillon cubes. Add to lentils. I think the word there might be working, even though it says walking. They are cooking. Mix. There's no meat in that recipe, but look down below here. What's indicated as well from Warm Coffee Mug. I love this tuna fish recipe. 1 can of albacore tuna. 1/3 cup of golden raisins. 1/3 cup of walnuts. 2 to 3 tablespoons of mayo. Season with garlic. Onion powder to your liking. Mix. Serve with saltines. Steve, do you ever have saltines with your tuna? Doesn't that taste really good?
I've done that. Yeah, it's pretty good. I've done saltines is, again, like you say, blank canvas. It pretty much goes with anything. You can do peanut butter. I've done peanut butter and jelly. I've done peanut butter by itself. You can put cheese on it.
That's so good. I had shrimp salad with saltines. They used to charge a lot of money for this. Those little baby shrimp in the can? All they did was chop in celery and onion with mayo, the good mayo. And then they would sell these little cups. I love baby shrimp salad. I put saltines on the side. This was years ago. Years ago, Steve. And it was like $5-6, that little thing. Imagine.
I'll tell you, I'll give you another alternative. Somebody taught me this probably sometime in the 1990s. If you ever get a salad and croutons are not available, you can always take saltine crackers and crush them up and put that in your salad and mix it in as an alternative.
Oh my gosh, what a great tip. Thank you.
Yeah, I just thought of it. So
that's a good idea, but I'm glad you thought of it. Thank you. In addition to those other recipes, this one is with rice. A cup of rice, which is always inexpensive. 2 cups or half bag of frozen stir fry veggies. Steve, do you use the frozen stir fries in your recipe sometime?
All the time. Yeah.
They are so convenient and they are so worth it and they are budget friendly. 3 or 4 tablespoons of General Tso sauce, 3 cloves of garlic, a third cup of green onions, 1 tablespoon, of minced ginger, a third cup of walnuts. Serve over rice. Oh, hello. I am there.
Okay.
I am there. Oh my gosh.
See, it just goes to show you don't always have to have meat in your diet. Not only that, from what Warm Coffee Mug put up, the 2 of them, those people that are on a vegan diet or don't eat meat or vegetarian, it's perfect.
Yeah, I'm like, thank you so much for these recipes, guys. All right, so Marilyn Pepper says that she's going to go with the broccoli cheese soup. I love that one. The one I mentioned.
That is a good one.
It really is. And she'll add some wild and long grain rice. Yeah, sounds good to me. Kathy Parandes, I hope I'm saying your name properly. Kathy, thank you always and everyone here for your comments. I appreciate it. Our family needed 2 cans of condensed soup. If we didn't have 2 the same, my mom would mix 2 different ones to create fun soups. Manhattan clam chowder noodles, vegetable, chicken, rice, etc. We thought it was fun. It is also creative to make your own, starting with any broth or bouillon, and add a mixture of frozen vegetables and frozen vegetable like tomato and celery. Well, I could thank your mom for that creative idea, Kathy.
I like the sound of that. That's pretty
Isn't that cool, Steve?
I bet, even though she has what she mentions, Manhattan clam chowder, this is just, again, me being experimental in the kitchen, knowing how to cook. I bet you could even do the same thing with like a potato soup as well.
Wow. You got a point there, Steve. That sounds outrageous.
Well, think about it. The basis of a clam chowder is potato soup. Think about that.
You got a good point there, and it's actually pretty darn healthy. By the way, and Steve, I know you're going to agree with me on this. A big secret people don't realize: frozen vegetables in your freezer are seriously a budget-friendly thing because you're avoiding food waste. You're using it as you need it, it is there. I hate throwing away fresh produce. How about you, Steve?
Agree. Yeah.
Yes.
I do have canned goods. Yes. Remember, even though this is another subject altogether, I do live in a hurricane-prone state. We are in hurricane season. I do keep canned vegetables on hand in case something happens. But me personally, I would either prefer the fresh vegetable or I would go the frozen route. To me, it's better.
Absolutely. And Debbie. Hi, Debbie, from the How Debbie Saves channel. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, Debbie.
Steve and I are giving you a nice hi. She writes, Jan, I'm here making burgers to grill up for this weekend, and you literally made my stomach growl with that broccoli recipe. I am trying that. Yay! Sounds amazing. It's so simple, and the best part is she said expensive, but I believe she meant inexpensive. She's telling me I'm the best. I don't know about that. I would rather say that you and Steve are the best, but thank you so much for your thoughtfulness. All right, over to Ellie. Hey, Ellie, how are you? Ellie V. Let me just pull this up a little bit. There you go. I take some cold macaroni and add a can of tuna, mayo to taste, and some veggies, maybe diced onion, diced celery, frozen corn thawed, diced cucumber. Doesn't it sound terrific, Steve? Diced tomato, whatever you have or whatever you want. The flavor improves the longer that it's refrigerated. Steve, why do you think, and that is true, why do you think that the flavors seem to, I don't know, they come about when they're hanging around in the fridge a little bit? Do you agree?
It's not just this recipe. Where do we start? Potato soup gets better as it sits there. Banana pudding gets better as it sits there. I know spaghetti sauce gets better as it sits there because if I don't know about spaghetti, even though it's this recipe here, if I don't know about spaghetti sauce getting better as it sits there a day or two later, then I must not have grown up in a Sicilian household, and I don't know squat about spaghetti sauce. But no, that is true. Anything like mayonnaise-based tomato, I guess maybe a cheese type thing. I truly believe after a day or two, I do believe the taste gets better. Even cold pizza or pizza itself is better the next day.
That's why you make a great point. And that's why it's not a bad idea, especially on a hot summer's day, make those salads and things, whatever, in the morning. You come home to it, the flavors will have begun to marry by 5, 6 o'clock at night.
Yes, that's right.
So the next wonderful person eyeshadow shopper. Hey, how you doing? Thanking me. Oh, you're very welcome. Something to think about because you save a lot when you stretch meals. Hello. Oh yeah. Oh, we love that idea. Next, another Jan. Hey, Jan Salzman. Great meal ideas from any time in the month as they sound very yummy. Thank you. I love these type of videos and videos showing how to make meals with what's in your pantry, fridge and freezer when you can't go grocery shopping. Steve, how many times did you and I do, our little discussion shows about trying to make the best out of what you have, like in your pantry? I mean, I know that you're all for that, right?
Yeah. I mean, I do it all the time. You don't necessarily have to always run out to the store, the grocery store. Look and see what you have on hand. A lot of the time you can take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and put it together and you can create something. So it's
excellent.
Not
and the best part of this line, and to prevent any food waste, I am huge on preventing food waste. I do not like food waste at all whatsoever. Not when there are people who would appreciate the stuff that some people trash. The stuff that some people trash might be somebody's wish list. Just saying. Next, Bare Bones recipe. This is coming from, hi, Granny Moreno. How are you? Bare Bones recipe. Sounds like old-fashioned comfort food. Love the broccoli soup. Thank you. Next, we have Marsha Carley. Hey, Marsha, how are you today? Those recipes sound amazing. Can't wait to try them. Thank you. You're very welcome. You have a great week. Next, from Gabrielle Caps. How are you, Gabrielle? Thank you. You're welcome for the recipes. You guys, we love doing these videos. Listen to this one. I love this. Take a can of beef stew, Steve, and serve it with rice or pasta. How good does that sound?
I've done it.
You have. How'd you like it?
Giving you a heads up. I've done it. Well, pasta is bland. Rice is bland. It tastes like beef stew. I'm sorry to tell you.
I'll take it.
It tastes like beef. There is no extra add-on flavor. It's. Do you not? You should know that rice and pasta is a bland food.
Oh no! I know that. I love to hear what others have to say. So we're in alignment. No, we're in alignment. But what it's doing though is stretching the budget for if there's more mouths to feed and.
Oh yeah, it does. It's like my meatloaf recipe. Tapping on that, the oatmeal expands it out. Yes.
Steve, I'm not saying this because you're my friend and we do a lot of stuff together, but I'm telling you the truth. Steve's recipe meatloaf is to die for. I remember inhaling a piece of that meatloaf in front of Steve on a video chat. Remember that day? I'll never forget it.
Yeah,
I literally inhaled it. It was so frappin', as you say, good.
Yeah, it is good. It is good.
Okay, so did I miss anybody here? Thank you, Mrs. M, for your sweet words, recipes, ideas, helpful, interesting, and excellent. You're very kind. Cynthia Judkins, how are you today, Cynthia? I like to take a can of broccoli cheddar soup and add extra frozen broccoli. And if I have any leftover chicken to it as well, I'm coming to your house. All right, I'm just kidding. But that sounds really, really good. Of course, the bird clock's going off. And we have Lori. Hey, Lori Jones, how are you? Favorite no meat dish, no meat, is buttered garlic spaghetti. I can't tell you how many times I've done that in my life. Right? I had chopped onion, salt, pepper, basil, topped with Parmesan cheese. Hello, Parmesan cheese. Yes, I know you have. I've seen you eat it, and I know you enjoy it.
Yeah, it's very good. Mm-hmm.
And TN Gail, how you doing today, TN? Oops, I went up a little too far here. I'm sorry. Almost missed this. No, you didn't miss it. You're here.
You didn't miss anybody.
Hey, Becca Meyer was saying hello to you. Thank you for keeping and saving the recipes. Thank you so much. Joyce Gonzalez, has anyone heard of wacky cake? Steve, I wanted to ask you this. Have you ever heard of a wacky cake? It's
Look
so
at my
easy.
head.
Yeah? You mix it up in the baking.
No, I don't know what it is.
Oh, you don't? Forgive me, I didn't hear you.
No, left to right, not up and down. No, I don't know what that is. I've never heard of wacky cake.
Anybody out there have you ever heard of it? Please let us know in the comment section below. Thank you so much, Joyce. CT Mom has a bunch to say here. Fried egg Sammy on mayo, brushed toasted bread. Let me pull this up. Fried egg Sammy on mayo, brushed toasted bread, tuna, chicken, egg, salad, Sammy's. You are correct. Pasta with diced tomatoes. Get the 29-ounce can of diced Italian style with herbs and olive oil. Serve with some grated parm. Vegetable drawer, clean out. You got a point on that. Stir fry, serve over rice if desired. Wow. These comments are just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let me see. Leftover vegetables, not really for summer, but any, can't read that word for some reason, of homemade soup. I make soup out of what looks like to be nothing. Never the same twice. That's a good idea. Always so good. Serve it saltines, crackers, buttered bread, homemade muffins.
The word that you overlooked is VAT, VAT.
No, I couldn't read it. It was a little on the blurry side on my end.
On your end? Okay. No,
I don't even know why. That's really weird. Yeah, VAT. Thank you very much. Thanks, Steve. Yeah. Wow, these recipes are phenomenal. You guys are phenomenal. I want to let you know that Steve and I want to thank you so much. Steve, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you, as always. And let me try to I want to see if I could get rid of the screen here. Let me see.
You're back.
So I had a look at you in person. Thank you, Steve, and thank you, everyone. And everyone, thank you so much for being here. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care now. Bye-bye.
Bye.